Welcome back to LA. Guys living under bridges. Oh yeah. And really cute dogs that people let drive their cars for them. Look what Robin Cronin, her husband, sent me. I just got back, just got in the door, and I had a bunch of packages, big box and some other packages here. I got a Bigfoot t-shirt from somebody that I don't know because there was no name or anything. And then we got our guy Top Gun here, Bobby, sent me a couple Marine Corps t-shirts and a challenge coin. Very, very cool. And now I'm about to open these boxes, so I'll show this to you after I open it. It's the first Sunday night chat of the new year. Is it? No, it's not. I did that already when I was in Arizona. I'm no longer in Arizona. I am now back in Los Angeles. We're going to talk about the Arizona trip, and we're going to talk about stuff. We're going to talk a little bit about stuff because I'm a stuff kind of guy. You guys know. One of you made a comment about spending money frivolously. I mean, you're not all wrong when you say that. I just, you know what it is? I can't pass up a good deal. Case in point, I went to the swap meet this morning. Really, so there's a guy that sells DVDs. I have not spoken aloud yet today. Get my mouth. There's a acting technique. Mana la da vasa, mana la da vasa, mana la da vasa. You do like to warm up your mouth and everything. I didn't even brush my fangs today. Here, let me do this for you too. Maybe you'll get lucky. I'll even blow my nose for you. There we go. All right. I did do some trimming this morning. The ear hair, you know. I was almost late to this video because I was busy trimming the hair in my ears, pulling them, plucking them. You know, it's ridiculous. The nose hairs. A week in Arizona, I didn't do that. I came back. It was like Eddie Munster. It was ridiculous. The nose hairs were growing into my mustache hair. Anyhow, I was looking for a DVD. I wanted to get the... you guys remember that movie with it was Schwarzenegger and Jim Belushi, Red Heat? Pretty good movie, as I recall. And I saw it on YouTube, and sometimes their movies are free on there, which is pretty good. But you had to buy that one. It was going to be like $10. And I thought, well, I'll go to this guy in at the... I'll take my shoes off. There's a guy there I know, and he sells DVDs for $1. You can't beat that deal, man. I've got a pretty good DVD collection. Why? Why do you buy DVDs? You can stream it all. Well, what happens if your streaming goes down, man? Like, if you have a pretty extensive DVD collection, all you need is a TV and a machine. You don't even need cable. So let's say power goes out, but you've got a generator or a power station. TV, DVD player. Watch movies. You can watch a different movie every night of the week, all year long, if that's what you want to do, if you had that many. I don't know. That's just the way my brain works. At any rate, he didn't have it. Uh-oh. There goes my nose. I think I was about to blow a snot out for you. Let's try not to do that on camera by mistake. Since I got back, I've just been blowing. I don't know if you noticed, but you guys know I clear my throat a lot here in the videos. Somebody pointed out that when I was in Arizona, that wasn't happening, and I did a video, which is I think it's a great video. The last one I had up with Clyde from Top Tread Stairways in Sierra Vista. Didn't clear my throat once. So it's air quality is what it boils down to. There's just a lot of dirt in the air here in Los Angeles. No surprise, I am surrounded by freeways. Hey, whiz, man. Welcome to the neighborhood. This is like a Mr. Rogers thing going on here. Don't go anywhere. I'm still here, I promise. Just adjusting something here. So, oh man, yeah, I don't know what is going on with the boogers in my nose. Like, I cannot get it all out. I couldn't pick it out last night. I was finally able to shoot one out. It was like, I don't know what the hell's going on with what's going on in my brain. I guess Arizona, like, cleaned my skull out on many levels, actually. So let's talk about that real quick. Then we'll get into this stuff. I'm so pro. let's get into Arizona. Arizona. This is the first time I had a week in that house all alone by myself. And I didn't get a lot done like I wanted to. The reason for that was, once again, even though she knew what was up, and she told me the last time I was there she'd had the stuff out, my sister did not have the stuff out of the house. So I didn't beat her up over it. I guess I had the wrong mindset on it. I thought it was, the idea was she was trying to sell my mom's stuff, but it turns out she turned it into this business where she buys and sells stuff. I think it's weird she does it. I love my sister, but you know, she spends a few dollars here and there to try to make just a few dollars more on it. If you ask me, it's a waste of time. I think she'd be better off doing other things, like figuring out some other hustle. Camera looks crooked to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm screwing it up. What am I? I'm so pro. So I think she'd be better off finding other things and trying to hawk them on Marketplace or maybe eBay or something, rather than trying to set up some, well, she can't do it anymore at the house, and she understands that. But anyhow, I don't want to talk about that. You guys saw what I was doing there. So this trip really made things gel in my mind finally, because up until this trip, everything was theoretical, right? I'm sorry, there's a thing going on here. I'm always trying to adjust this when I'm sitting in it. This chair is kind of tight. Made for smaller people in the 1930s. It's a vintage club chair that I found in a garage when I moved here. It was in really bad shape, and I had it reupholstered. I wish I would have sprung for the real suede. This is a faux suede with real leather piping. And at some point, I'm going to have it reupholstered again with real leather and suede. But at any rate, it's tiny here, and you know, men have this thing here hanging, you know, and I'm always trying to find a way to adjust that thing to keep it one way so I'm comfortable. That's why I'm always moving around so much. I wear boxer shorts. I mean, boy, you guys know way too much about me. It's so ridiculous. I can't wear tighty whities, man. It's too constricting. I never liked those things. Anyhow, let's get back to Arizona. So this trip, reconnecting with Kevin and his lady Gretchen and being up in Bisbee and meeting all those people in Bisbee, and then going over to the stair guy, Clyde, and look at that, man. There's a place where I can get all my lumber. He can order me anything from the Tucson shop. I guess there's a lumber place there similar to Bonhoff. Probably more than one. It's a big place. So it's a big deal. It really is. And I know that he and I could do some things together. And now I know it's real. Like up until this last trip, I felt good about the idea of going there, but again, just didn't think it was real. Temperatures are a thing there. I had been there in the winter several years ago where it was winter-like. I mean, it was very chilly. It was cold there at night. It was 30s, sometimes just into the 40s, but during the daytime, it was like high 60s to high 70s. For this time of year, that's still pretty warm, you know? That's the only thing that bums me out about the area is how hot it can get in the summer. Keeping in mind, it's not as bad there as it is in Phoenix or Tucson because it is higher elevation. And Bisbee is down the road. And Bisbee is like a mile high, and it's always going to be cooler there. And that I would like that better. I do have to mention this. I got some weird... yeah, it's very strange. I got more views on the videos. My revenue's down for the AdSense, but I got more views on the videos, which will also bring out like trolls. So I had some trolls in the comments. One guy I had to just block him from the channel. It was just weird. Never heard of him before. Never saw him before. Went to his account. Doesn't even look like a real account. I don't know. But it was strange. But people are like, Bisbee's gay and this sort of thing. And I think I addressed this already in another video. But it's just bizarre that people are like that. And just to get into that briefly, yeah, Bisbee is an artist community. Is there gay people there? Probably. Do I care? No. The idea of people surrounding themselves only with people who think exactly the way that they do, to me seems kind of boring. Of course, I don't want to be around people who are going to aggravate me all the time, right? On that note, I remember the comic now. It's Doug Stanhope is the guy that they want me to meet up there. The name is like, okay, I've heard that name before. I mean, I think he's been doing it for like 30 years or something. But I didn't know who he was. I watched Kill Tony on Monday nights. You guys should watch that on YouTube, Kill Tony. It's live out of Austin, Texas at the Mothership, the Joe Rogan Comedy Club. And very good show. He had been on there like 6 months ago, and I had forgotten about that. But I watched him. He did Joe Rogan something like 6 months ago as well. And I watched most of that. I should probably watch the rest of it. So basically what I'm doing is my research on him. I started watching his stuff, and I thought, oh, I don't know about this guy. Like, he's not going to... You know, he definitely, you know, I don't know, his comedy's a little weird for me. I mean, I'm not knocking it. I can't judge it. He's a pro, man. This is what he does for a living. He's probably made millions of dollars off of comedy, right? So, but not everybody is for everybody. I was thinking about my comedy history, like, you know, like I grew up with, we had the records, like the Bill Cosby records. Forget about Bill Cosby now. We know that he was drugging women and, you know, crazy stuff. Before we knew all that, we all loved Bill Cosby. You know, he was a funny guy. And he told great funny stories. And, you know, hey, hey, hey. You know, he had the whole Fat Albert thing going. And Yuba Wamba something. It's like, you know, I don't know. I grew up on that stuff. But, of course, there was Red Fox, too, and Richard Pryor. And those guys were way more crude. I grew up on that. I saw the birth of Robin Williams. You know, I watched shows like Archie Bunker and the Jeffersons and, of course, Sanford and Son. And it's all good stuff. I was just thinking, I remember watching Saturday Night Live in the beginning and Eddie Murphy. I mean, we watched that happen, you know. Some of the greatest comedy coming up. And I mean, of course, there's the classics, Milton Berle and all those guys, and you kind of grow up with that too. I was born in 66, so my young life with television, Bob Hope, you know, all those comedies, those black and white flicks, Danny Kaye, and those guys were really talented too because they weren't just comics. I mean, they can sing and dance and act and do, I mean, Sammy Davis Jr. could do everything, right? So you grew up with all these entertainers that were multifaceted. And then when comedy hit, I suppose in the 70s, you know, it was really 60s, 70s. And then by like the late 70s, early 80s, we started getting this thing with these comics being super popular and these specials that they would do. And we were weaned on it, you know. Sam Kinison. I met Sam Kinison on Earth Day, 1990, Penn Station, New York City. Walked right up to him. I was with my buddies. I saw him. He had this big, tall, I think he was a redheaded guy, probably like a bodyguard, 2 hot chicks with him. And hey, that's Sam Kinison. My bros all looked over, and I just walked away from them, walked right up to him, and said, Sam! He just looks at me, held my hand out, he shook my hand, I started talking to him. I'm talking to Sam Kinison, and I'm looking at the 2 hot chicks behind him the whole time. I was just looking at the babes. I gotta be me. I've met a few of these guys over the years. I think I told you guys this already. Like, I met Norm Macdonald when I was doing a play over here in West Hollywood. My buddy went out to smoke a cigarette. I went out there to kill some time. And Norm came out and they were smoking a cigarette together. And he was super cool. I was kind of pals with Ralphie May. I mean, we weren't best bros. I went to his house several times, at least 3 times, to hang out with him and talk to him about all these things we were going to do to his house. And he was awesome. It's interesting. At any rate, I got to work on that. So it would be nice to meet this guy. And my point is, I'm kind of doing my homework on him, so I know a little bit more about him. So when I meet him, it's not just super cold, you know. Like I don't know anything about him. I want to know kind of more what his comedy's like. I saw him do this thing. He posted it. It was he was gonna be on Fox News, and he thought it would be funny to screw with Fox News. So he mic'd up and he had his own camera crew watching them, and he went on with Jesse Waters, and it was because it was about Hunter Biden, and this guy says he knows nothing about Hunter Biden, and so he gets his people around him, which he filmed, to tell him something, but this is all coming from lefty-leaning people who are comics, and that's where the perspective is. So he knew nothing, and the Jesse Waters thrust was they were goofing on Comedy Central, where they were making fun. It was satire of the Hunter Biden situation. Of course, they're only talking about the hookers, the drugs, that sort of thing. And, you know, his point of view was that Fox News and Jesse Waters didn't understand that that was satire, which isn't the case. Of course, they know it's satire. Their point of view is they're doing satire on those points, but there's all the other stuff going on with him, with the Burisma stuff, you know, the whole thing with Joe Biden's kids going around the world getting all this money from world leaders and undesirables just to have access to Joe when he was vice president under O'Biden. O'Biden. Boy, is that a Freudian slip, huh? That's who's been running the country. Biden's been running the country the last 4 years. Wow. Wow. Anyhow, that just came out organically. You see how that works? You know, I don't think I'm funny. Yeah, I don't like. I understand. People tell me that. I'm not oftentimes trying to be funny, but I'm just being myself, and apparently it cracks people up for some reason. But things like that come out of my mouth sometimes. I don't even realize it. At any rate, the way that he did that with them, and it's coming from a guy that apparently has all of this pedigree of comedy, that kind of turned me off a little bit because he was wrong to do it the way he did. He could have done it, but if he had been more knowledgeable, he could have been better at it. If he had understood that it's not the satire that Comedy Central did about Hunter Biden with blow and hookers, it's all the other serious stuff and how it affects the country. So that's the thing. And I think like a lot of comics, if they're going to get involved with it when it comes to politics, if they're letting their like Jim Gaffigan, right? This is that guy who I never thought was all that funny anyhow. He does that silly voice thing that he does, and that's his shtick. You know, he's this big goofy guy, and he kind of talks like a pussy. That's his shtick. But when he started doing the political stuff, now he realizes he's got the backlash because he used to have all these people that are actually people that are more conservative minded and supported Trump. They're never going to go back to him. A lot of actors are finding that out. So the point I'm making when it comes to comedy and politics is you're better suited, you're better off understanding things from all perspectives rather than coming at it from one side or the other. Just like if somebody just wants to knock the Democrats all day long, of course there's a base for that. Somebody wants to knock conservatives all day long. There's always been a base for that too. But the way the tide has shifted with that, this is not what I wanted to talk about. The tide has shifted with it now where, because the thing is it's not Democrats. You know, there's nothing wrong with Democrats. It's not their fault. The problem is the media, the people who own the media, who are supporting Democrats because Democrats are easier to grease, I suppose. So all the pharmaceutical companies and everybody else, they want certain messages out there, and they got to use fear and division, all these things to keep us off base. So we buy products and do all these things that these companies want. And it's all kind of tied together that way. And so the problem is that a lot of people who identify as that, or always have identified as Democrats, they're watching certain channels like CNN, MSNBC, PBS, stuff like that. What they don't realize is that they're being lied to. They just would believe all the lies, and then they would base all their opinions and their comedy on lies. And the rest of us are going, well, no, that's not true. We know it's not true. There's one channel, Fox, actually reports on this other stuff. But there's other places as well, especially with alternative media, where you can get the truth, certainly more nuance. And so the rest of us knew what the truth was. We knew from the beginning that the Hunter laptop was a real thing. We knew that the Russian dossier was bullshit. Like, we knew all these things that the other side kept believing because their sources of information was telling them so, right? They believed that Biden was totally with it until the debate with Trump. Once they saw that with their own eyes, they went, oops, and everybody had to backtrack. Well, if you had been listening to us for 4 years, you would have known that that was the case. You understand what I'm saying? So that was the thing. And it's a thing with me. Now, I don't think I have to know everything. I say this all the time, I'm not hung up on being right all the time. This thing gets in the way, man. So, but if I'm going to start doing that stuff, I got to be smart about it. You know what I mean? I don't care. I mean, so many of us now are so pissed off at the left more so because they believe the bullshit, even though we told them over and over and over again, and there were sources for the information and all that, that at this point we can kind of come out and really dig on them hard because they asked for it and they kind of deserve it. And eventually that'll settle down. So I don't know. We have to be careful about it. But anyhow, I only brought this up because of this guy, and now I can't think of his name. I said it already, so you know who I said, but there's a good chance I'm going to end up meeting this guy, and I am kind of looking forward to it. My point is I got to just do a little bit more research on the guy. Whew. I didn't want to talk about any of that, and I didn't even look at the clock beforehand. So let's talk about some stuff real quick. Boy, I don't know what she's... Well, wait a second. What am I doing? I'm already into this, and I forgot I was going to start the video with some pictures and some short videos. So I already showed you, I think. I had some packages here. Then we'll talk about this other stuff. My Sunday Night Chat thing, I feel silly when I do them, and when I'm done, I'm like, that was horrible every single time. And then if I watch it, I'm like, oh, that actually wasn't so bad. And you guys seem to like them. So, okay, I get back from the trip. I open my front door. There's 3 boxes sitting there. Well, 2 small packages from Amazon and 1 giant box. We have to thank, once again, Robin and Patrick, you guys, Crone. This is the lady that made me that blanket. She hand knitted me 100% cotton, queen size freaking blanket that weighs like freaking 15 freaking pounds. By the way, Robin, how do I clean that thing? It's not dirty. I haven't done anything on it. I'm living like a monk right now. But the point is, I was wondering about that. Like, do you wash that? It's so heavy as it is. I just imagine if I put that in a washing machine, it would break a washing machine once it was laden down with water. You bring it to the laundromat, one of those industrial machines or something? Somebody tell me. She had contacted me before Christmas. She was very upset. They had put this package together for me for Christmas. And she went to a Staples, and somehow the package got lost. And she was... Even in her comments, she's like, well, somebody's getting a good Christmas, and they couldn't find it. They couldn't locate it. I did get a voicemail from UPS, which was it was kind of unprofessional the way they did it. First was some woman with what sounded like kind of an Asian accent that spoke very fast. I had this is not an exaggeration. I had to listen to that voicemail 6 to 8 times to get the information. Like with a pencil, 17457. What the fuck? Slow the fuck down! Like, okay, I got the 175, 8577. Stop the! I got to go back. 17577. Like, I'm telling you, it took me so many times to get the numbers. Then I had to listen to it again and make sure and check all the numbers and underline it, because when I called back, I had to have the right information. Like, if you work for one of these companies, go, yes, sir, we would like you to call us back. The reference number is... you should have a pencil right now. I'll go slow for you. 178 Alpha Philip. Whatever the hell you know what I'm saying? Just nice and slow. You think you guys could figure that out? What the hell? How you can't get that fast? That's extremely annoying. All right. Well, actually, I was kind of pissed off a little bit with family. My first non-family annoyance of 2025. let's cheer ourselves up. So, I got the box. These people. I don't know what I did to deserve it. The kindness that comes from because I got the best subscribers. You know it. You guys are the best. Thank you. I can't say any, and there's no other words that trump. Thank you. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. I must be doing something right. But for these two people, she sent me a text. I sent her a note saying, hey, I got the package. I'm going to show people what you sent me tonight. And she wrote me back, and she said she was so happy that I got it because they said they have been collecting this stuff for me for this whole last year. I didn't get anything for Christmas this year. I didn't get anything from my family. Nothing. I got a Christmas card. It's actually still here. From Jason P. Cool dude. I had the other guy, the Jersey guy. I got to show you this again real quick. I hate walking away from the camera, but count it. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. It's only a few seconds. You guys can handle a few seconds. I got this from that Jersey. Oh, I forget his thing. When he sent me this, I didn't see it. I just saw this weird shape because you can use this to open a beer or something. I saw this little thing on the bottom. I thought it was like a skull crusher. And then I finally realized, he pointed out to me, that's actually New Jersey. That's the actual state of New Jersey. Shaped as, and they're not brass. These are steel knuckles. And I'm not going to use these things. I'm going to have to drill a little hole in here and make a stand and put a thick piece of steel in that to hold it up. Because that's going to look cool just sitting on a shelf or something. I'm sorry, I forgot your name, but dude, that was just super. That guy's really nice. Super cool of him. And this guy sent me a card and something that I already forgot. And then I got this. So we're going to get to Patrick and Robin here because that's the crescendo, right? Somebody sent me, I don't know if it was a text or a message on Facebook or something. Because I saw this image. But I don't recall them saying they sent me a t-shirt or anything. But somebody sent me this. You guys know about me and Bigfoot. That's pretty cool. I have to say, somebody else sent me some everybody's sending me extra large t-shirts. I guess I made a mistake of saying I have a 48-inch chest, which I do. But I wear large t-shirts. Because extra large t-shirts, while they fit me the way you should probably wear a t-shirt, you know. When I wear a large t-shirt, it makes me look buff, man. But again, I'm only 5'9", and I'm wearing like 34 jeans with room in them, you know. So extra large with a bigger chest, shoulder kind of thing going on when you're standing there. All this extra material's waving in the wind and kind of hanging in front of me, and it makes me look bulkier. So, but I'm not complaining. It sounds like a complaint. I know you keep saying I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. You know what these are going to be great for? Sleeping in. I wear extra large t-shirts when I'm sleeping. So, sorry ladies, I don't sleep in the buff. I sleep in a t-shirt and boxer shorts. Now, this other guy sent me a letter. Let's read it. This is from Bobby Vernava. That's an interesting name, Vernava. He's Top Gun 0331. 0331. Oh, he was in the Marines. That's an MOS in the Marine Corps. What was that? Was that machine gunner? What is that? Were you driving one of those? Anyhow. Hey, Mike. I've been meaning to ship you these out. Been meaning to ship these out to you for the longest. Just getting around to it. I love this guy's printing, by the way. It's much neater than mine. Really enjoy the chat you do. I get the Facebook thing. Don't sweat it. No big deal. Okay. So I've said here before that I don't accept friends requests on Facebook unless I've had interaction with you in 3D. I've changed my mind on it. I just accepted a bunch of friends requests. So, Bob, send me another friends request. and we'll do that. I just thought about it. I was like, you know, it's not like I'm even using Facebook that much. I get on there, I check what's going on with my real friends. I mean, people I've come up with, and I like to follow them to see what's going on, and it's just nice. And I didn't want Facebook to be, you know, overwhelming. Like when I had MySpace, I allowed thousands of people. You know, I was trying to keep the Facebook just to, again, you understand. But I thought, I'm thinking it over. I'm not thinking it over. I've already thought it out, and I've decided to allow people in because so many of you here are awesome. You're awesome. You're here. You're making comments, and while that doesn't make us like bros, you know what I mean? As far as social media goes, there's no reason why we shouldn't at least have that kind of interaction across the board. Just be cool, man. Just be cool. Don't be a douchebag on Facebook. I mean, like, members of my own family, I am not friends with on Facebook because some of them are the types of people that start throwing out all this personal shit publicly, you know, on your page. So then everybody else, like I got clients and friends and all kinds of people that I'm connected with on Facebook, and all of a sudden somebody in your family's being an asshole on your page, like, and bringing up like personal stuff, family stuff or whatever. That's crazy, man. I had to like block my own family members, which is insane. So you understand where I'm coming from. But go ahead, send the friends request, and as long as you're not like, if I will check you out. I'm going to look at your profile picture. I'm going to scroll through the stuff that you're posting, and as long as I look at that and I'm like, okay, good person, fine. But if you got a bunch of kooky crap on there, and if you notice that I didn't accept it, you should reevaluate how you're presenting yourself. That's all I'm saying. Okay, let's get back to the letter. You probably get this around your birthday. What? I really enjoy what you do. I get the Facebook thing. No big, don't sweat it. No big deal. You probably get this around your birthday. Oh, he means this, the package. It should have been, you'll probably get this. So allow me to correct you. Let me get a red pen out here. Everybody says I'd be a good teacher. I'm going to correct your grammar. I can't speak, but I can only read what you friggin' write, man. That's why you were in the Marines. You couldn't make it to the Air Force. The Chair Force. You know, in the Marines, we don't need to read too good. You know what I'm saying? Or write too good? Oh my gosh. I'm cracking me up. Oh my God. Okay, so Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday, Happy New Year, Semper Fi. Bro, keep on keeping on. Respect, Bobby. So, thank you, man. This is what Bob sent. You prefer Bobby? I'm going to say something about my mom right now. I say a lot of things about my mom. They're not all positive. But everybody called her Bobby. And the reason for that was my mother, one of the few things super cool about my mom was her name. I think my mother had the coolest name. Her name was Bobette. Bobbette. Bobette. There's not too many Bobettes out there. All right, so Bobby sent me, one thing he sent me was a challenge coin, and these are cool. I always have one in my wallet. If you guys don't know, challenge coins are, you know what's funny about this? I don't remember ever seeing a challenge coin when I was in the Corps in the early to mid 1980s. Improvise, adapt, overcome. Nice. Nice. What's it say? If the plan doesn't work, change the plan, but never the goal. It's a good Marine Corps thing here. You know, my favorite thing with the, I don't wear Marine Corps t-shirts very often. I don't really buy them, but I bought one years ago because I had a couple over the years. But my favorite one was the one that says, if it absolutely positively must be destroyed overnight, you know, call the Marines. Or there's the other one I had, which was best friend, worst enemy, U.S. Marines. But Bob here, Bobby, sent me a couple Marine Corps t-shirts. And this is a good one. and this is the truth. Earned, never given. And I'm going to tell you to do something that I do that you probably shouldn't do. Yeah, I know what I just said. Which is, especially here in the core, I go to thrift stores all the time. If I see the device, the Eagle Globe and Anchor, the removable one on like a set of dress blues or a cap, I take it off and I take it with me. And there's been times where I've taken it off and I've showed the guy behind the counter, I'm taking this with me because this is not something that anybody's supposed to just go out and buy. All right, this has to be earned. And I've never had anybody give me any lip, mainly because I say it in a way that usually scares them. But that's for real. What's this one? United States Marine Corps. Oh! Got the mascot on there, the bulldog. How many guys have this tattoo? My buddy Yobes, man. He got that sucker tattooed up on his upper arm down his shoulder. Okay, that's those guys. Let's get to Robin and Patrick, because these people, what should we do? You know what? There was a couple cards here. Let's read the cards. There was 2 cards. They came with different things. Marines also have a hard time getting cards out of envelopes. All right. Merry Christmas, Mike. Here's some cigars. Oh. They sent me a box of Padrones. And these are the fatter ones, too. I think they are. I thought I read that on here. Number 45. So, yeah, I like the 45, the 50s, the fat ring ones. So, now, here's the thing with UPS screwing this up. If this package had gotten here before I went to Arizona, it would have been so cool because they sent me things here that are going to be living in the house, man. And I could have put these in the cigar humidor that I just did a video on. That was 2 videos ago. Check it out. And they could have been in there. They'd be there for me next time. They're in their box here. We'll go ahead. I'll smoke one of these. And it only gets better from here, man. I mean, these are, I just can't. I don't want to get emotional on you. But these people are just so, I can't. I mean, they're so nice. Let's finish the card. You guys are amazing, man. Okay, what else? Cigars for your collection. G mug? C mug. Oh, coffee mug, I guess. Well, you couldn't spell, did you forget how to spell coffee? Were you afraid to try to spell coffee and thought that maybe you couldn't spell it correctly and I would goof on you on camera? Yeah. I'm screwing with you, Robin. Okay. Stickers and magnet we picked up in Wallowa Lake, and some jelly and cocoa from a local farm, Pennington Farms. Love your videos, Patrick and Robin Crone. These 2 are wonderful. I am positive these 2 have a great marriage. Because if you could sit next to your significant other and listen to me and some of the crap that I say and then still be together, you guys are special. And I don't mean like retard special. I mean like, you know, you guys are special. Let's read the other card. That's right here. This is funny. Jesus, man. There we go. They know me so well. It's your birthday. Make it legendary. Holy crap. They wrote a book. Happy birthday, Mike. I don't know how you store all of your watches. Oh, this. Wait till you see this, man. It's so crazy. I don't know how you store all your watches, but this watch roll seemed like a good option to keep some watches you didn't have room to display. It's also a good way to store watches when you are traveling, which is really what this is for. I'm going to talk to this now. If you like the concept, you could use it as a prototype to make some more out of leather. These people actually know me better than my own family. You all do. Those of you who are here all the time, because my family doesn't watch this, and I've been living alone since I was a kid. There's more boogers in my nose. Or when I trim the nose hairs, they're at that length now where they're poking another side of my nose. This, how's that look on your big 57-inch television? I was looking at the wooden display cases, but since you're a woodworker, you probably look at them and realize you can make a nicer one. She knows me so well. Love your videos. Love you videos. Where's the red pen? I gotta get the red pen out. Love you videos. Okay. She's never gonna send me anything ever again. It's okay. I'm just gonna imagine you had like a glass of wine next to you. This is like 3 glasses in, and you wrote, "Love you videos, comma, world outlook and sense of humor. Hope you have a great birthday, Patrick and Robin Cron." You guys are awesome. I know you have a sense of humor, otherwise you wouldn't be here. Let's look at that. This is very cool, man. And I'm guessing here, yeah. So 2, 4, 6. This will hold 8 watches. It's smartly designed. I'm going to try it out. Now, here's the thing. I have my leather satchel over there. It's that little carry bag I have from the Woodsman Pal Company. And there's like 3 or 4 watches in there right now. I literally just threw them in there with my handgun and my wallet and all my other crap that just, I've been meaning to sew little pockets on the inside of it for specific things. And I do that because I didn't have one of these. I do have a real nice roll that holds, I think, 4 watches, but it came with a watch from the Detroit Mint Company, which is an homage to the Captain Willard, the Seiko 6105. Detroit Mint made one. And you guys might have seen a video on that. It had some schmutz underneath the crystal, so I opened the watch, took the movement out, and I cleaned it and put it back together. It looks so much better. And that comes with a very nice little watch roll. But I'm considering selling that watch, and if I do, of course I could keep the watch roll if I wanted to. But I think because it came with the watch, I should sell it with the watch. It also came on a metal band, and I put it on a rubber strap, but I'd keep it on the rubber strap. So I'll probably sell that as a package deal to somebody pretty soon. I gave away a bunch of watches, by the way, for Christmas this year. My sister, my niece, my nephew, my other niece, and her fella, they're going to get married soon. They have a baby, and the baby I found years ago. I went to a thrift store here in LA, and there was like a jumpsuit, like a green zipper, looked like a flight suit with Marine Corps real Marine Corps flight patches, air wing patches on it. And I bought it because it was inexpensive, and I thought, who knows, maybe I'll have a kid one day. Or I could give it to somebody who had a kid. And I recently found it in a pile of crap, because I have piles of crap. I have so much crap. I literally have piles of crap. It's a problem. I need a house to put all my crap. And I found it. It still had the tag on and everything, so I gave it to them because they have a beautiful baby boy. Adorable kid. Super happy demeanor. I'm so happy for her. Let's get back to this. So Robin, thank you. Now I can carry 8 watches with me everywhere I go, which is, if you know me, there are times where I'm sitting here and I'll change my watch 3 times in an evening, just watching television, just because I like watches so much. What has happened with the watches, which is interesting, is I stumbled on this watch I'm wearing right now. This is the one you see me wearing the most. This is a MWC, Military Watch Company watch. Now, it's not like some super high-end watch company. Their literature, what they say about them, other people have critiqued it, but they say that their watches, they do custom runs for militaries, police departments, things like that all over the world. They do that. And then there's like you're not really sure where everything's coming from, because it's like a German company, but on the back it says it's made in Zurich a lot of the times, not on all of them. So some of the parts could be Swiss. We really don't know. Movements are Japanese oftentimes. They do put some high end Swiss quartz movements in them. I bought one. I had it looked at, and I was told that just the movement was $125 alone, and that was like the his price. Anyhow, it's a good heavy duty, solid, heavy 300-meter diver with a crystal on here that it's a single dome. I don't know if you guys are seeing this. It's a single dome crystal, which means it's flat across the bottom and then it domes across the top, which gives you this really cool distortion that I like. And the lume lasts longer than all my Seikos. And you can tell this is clearly based on the Rolex Submariner. Every watch has a Submariner copy, kind of. And the bracelet came on one of my Seikos. It's an aftermarket bracelet. It's a good quality bracelet. I really like it on this watch. Matter of fact, I had to look it up because I'm going to buy a couple more of these for a couple of my other watches. At any rate, this is the watch you see me wearing most often now. Crazy thing, this watch sells on their site for over $500, which is not inexpensive. It's not as expensive as a Rolex, obviously. But I picked this up used for under $100. And when you look at all the watches I've purchased over the last over a year and the money I've spent, which we are not going to discuss, this turned out to be the watch I'm wearing most often, which is insane. But now I know what I like, so that's that. Anyhow, that was that. That's the watch. It's so funny. I feel like I could pick up a rock off the ground and talk about it for an hour and make it seem interesting. If there was a way to get paid for this, like, I know YouTube technically is paying me, but you know what I'm saying. It should be a challenge. It should be a TV show. That'd be an interesting show. Okay. Like you get 10 people think that they can do that sort of thing. Not that I want to compete with anybody with it, but they put you in some scenario and they give you something and ask you to talk about it. And you just start doing it. I think I'd be pretty good at that. All right, here's a mug. Also, there's a sticker in here that, what's this say? Rogue Stoneware. Maybe I'll put that on the van. And it's, come on, man. It's a Bigfoot mug. They even dimpled here. Like this is for, I guess they did this for Bigfoot because the big hand. Bigfoot hand. Actually, I don't know if Bigfoot could get 2 fingers in there. Anyhow, come on, man. As O'Biden would say, come on, man. Oh, I should have done that with everything. I got to clip a thing for the, look, there's even a swirl on the inside, which I think is really cool. I don't know if you guys can see that in there. It's cool because the Native Americans put these, and actually this is all over the world, but in petroglyphs, rock carvings, and stuff like that, they put these swirls. And, the Bigfoot's been out there a long time. I think that's really cool they did that. Kind of ties in. But this would have been a great mug to have at the house in Arizona, which it will go there. What else? What else? Isn't this adorable? Isn't this adorable? I'd fit right in Bisbee right now. Okay. That's enough of that. It's a cool little bag, though. I mean, it's a Christmas bag. It might get repurposed. Don't hold it against me. Okay, just what I needed. A Bigfoot refrigerator magnet. Just what I need. Believe in yourself even when others don't. That's a classic. Oh, look. You know what's funny about this? I never saw this before. It's signed Bigfoot. as if Bigfoot said it. And another Rogue sticker. That's funny. That's funny stuff. Wait, there's more. But wait, there's more. I could do that. I could be the new ShamWow guy. Imagine the messes I can make. They couldn't put it on television. It would have to be adult cable access. Let's clean up this mess now. These bodily fluids, man. I don't know. All right, what's next here? I'm not apologizing for that joke. I'm not somebody, I don't know what video it was, but there was some idiot. I posted a video, it might have been when I was in Arizona, and the comment, it was like a long freaking comment. It was like how they were complaining to YouTube to take down my channel because of what I said in the video, but they didn't say what I said. I think it was because I was fat shaming you fat asses again. You know you're fat. Like, you can't be upset about it. You cannot be. All right? If you know you're a fat ass and somebody points it out to you, or somebody's staring at you, it's like if you walk around with purple hair, freaking giant hoop going through your nose here, you know what I'm saying, tattooed, all kinds of kooky stuff, like silver shit poking out of your face and everything else, and then you're walking around, somebody's staring at you, and you have a problem with them staring at you, you're a fucking asshole. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, be kind to one another. But you are, and you know you are. Well, you don't know you are if you're thinking that. By the way, these people, look at this, man. This is a tag on a gift. Look at the quality of this thing. It's like 3D, man. They wrapped the... Okay. I should have... If these had gotten here before Christmas, it's not their fault. You guys can blame... I don't know, it's the Postal Service or UPS. Blame one of the two for you not being able to see me open the packages at Christmas, because I would have done that for you. When I got here last night and I had the big box and I opened it up, I just ripped all the paper off and I threw it in the garbage because the room was full of crap that I was taking up out of the van and everything else. So apologize for not giving you like a Christmas morning unpackaging, because that would have been kind of, it would have been cute. Would have been kind of cute. All right, let's get back to this. So there's a box here. This friggin' box is heavy. Now look, guys. You are not helping me with the diet here, okay? I don't know if you want to see me. I'm single still, all right? It's different when you're married. You have a significant other and you want to pudge them up a little bit, you know? So maybe they're a little bit less likely to be attractive to somebody else. You know, I get that. Women do that all the time. Fatten the guy up, you know? Guys do it. Eat more, baby. Eat more. But this is a box. This is from the Pennington Farms. Let's give them some... Oh, sorry. Let's give Pennington Farms some love here. Who knows? Like, one of those... There was a time when I did this at the camera and YouTube randomly selected that as the thumbnail. I might have left that one up. I don't know. There's a bunch of jam in here, man. It's friggin' crazy. This is just so nuts. All right, let's just go through it. First of all, and this is really funny because I bought 2 giant things at Walmart of cacao powder. This is actual Judy's hot chocolate mix, because there's sugar and whatnot in it. But, you know, I might give it a shot. And then we have strawberry jam. Now, the good thing is I did look at the ingredients, and... strawberries, sugar, pectin. That's it. So all this is good stuff. It's natural, you know. I'm sorry. There's some of you right now are going, he's going to do this with every friggin' thing? Whoa, I just had a flash of Wonder Hussy there. Yeah, she hams it up for the camera, man. We all love Sarah. I was just texting with her the other day. Raspberry jam. Wild blackberry jam! And, oh, look. A Pennington Farms mug with some marshmallows, which are kind of hard, these marshmallows. There must be something. Oh, my God. I could just smell the chemicals and sugar. All right, but it does make you a little sick to your stomach after the 3rd sniff. But thank you so much. This is so... I'm not knocking. I'm just... You guys know I'm having fun with you. I want you to know I appreciate this so much. Oh my God. Crazy. Crazy. You guys are the night. I don't have to say it. Everybody else watching this video already know. They all want to be your friend now too. Probably shouldn't have shared your name. You start getting like friends requests. People are like, I get these things now in comments out of the blue. Has nothing to do with anything I share. It's just some sob story. You know, probably AI generated, of like somebody's horrible life because they want help. They want financial help. That's what they're doing, you know. And I am the wrong guy to come to. You got, so I don't have the names. I usually respond if when you send me something, but a couple people sent me a couple bucks over Christmas too, and I want you to know that that was very helpful. Gas money. I think I spent over $700. Oh, easily on this trip. I did help my sister out a little bit, and Friday night I took my sister and her youngest daughter, Nevea. You guys had met her on that Sunday night chat interview. I didn't get to put her on the channel this time because I didn't really see them. I was too busy living my life this time. I took him out to dinner at there's a place called the Texas Roadhouse in Sierra Vista on the 90 there. I like the place. It's a little loud for me. It's a little obnoxious. And I got, even though I like it, they basically get my steak wrong every single time, but it's still good. I like it medium rare. I went in there with my buddy Andrew and my nephew, Jonathan, when I got there. And that steak was way too rare. They seared it on the outside, but the inside was mooing, man. I mean, it was really, really rare. But I didn't complain. I ate it, because I can do that. I can eat rare stuff. That's why the ladies like me. I'll just munch on it. I'm just saying. Take this guy off the internet! All right, so I ate it. It was still good. It was just too rare. And then when I went there with my sister, it was medium, not medium rare. So it still had a little pink to it, but it was a little hard, and it wasn't as good. They made up for it the second time with the service. I forgot the guy's name, but we had a man waiter who was the best ever because men are just better at it. And he was cool. And he was really cool with my sister and my niece because he got a big friggin' tip, I'll tell you that much. Because I knew what they were doing to him. I guaranteed that's the best tip he might be one of the best tips he's ever had. And also a comic, and also kind of raised in Bisbee, so he knew a lot of the people I was talking about, and that was kind of interesting. So, and it was nice too because we had a nice meal there. Oh, you know what I like? Usually what I get is I'll get the steak, I'll get the sweet potato, not loaded. Boy, they want to push the loaded sweet potato on you with all kinds of friggin' like melted mushrooms and shit on it. What the hell are you doing? There's a lot of fat asses in there, I'll tell you that. I just get the sweet potato with the butter and the steamed vegetables with butter and a friggin' steak. Although Friday I did get, because I usually get I get the 16 ouncer, man. The ribeye. I got the ribeye with the shrimp this time, with the sweet potato and the other thing. It was good, and they loved it. And boy, my niece, I was shocked. They give you this kind of like that Hawaiian style bread. It's got too much sugar in it. I'll always have the one bun with some butter on it because it is pretty tasty. They got some tasty butter there. Not the regular butter, but they got this like spicy kind of tasty. I'm sure it's got a pound of friggin' sugar in it. But I'll do that. I allow myself that when I'm sitting there waiting. We also got some fried pickles, which is something I think I had there for the first time ever a couple of years ago. I like me some fried pickles, man. Holy cow, with that, I guess were they some sour cream or something? Oh, my niece, I watched her. I think she had 4 or 5 of these big ass buns alone. She had 2 or 3 of them before dinner even got there. I kept telling you, spoil your appetite. I thought for sure she wouldn't be able to eat, but she ate it, man. She ate everything. And then he brought her ice cream. She ate that on top of it. So everybody was happy. And that's when I reminded my sister to get all her shit out of my house. So I think she's able to accept it. I got the message through to her. I said, the next time I come, pretty good chance I'll be working. Like, it's a pretty good chance I'll have a job to go to, something to do. So I need to have that garage empty so I could set that up as a workshop. I need that living room empty because next time I come, if things are going right, I'm going to buy a TV for that place, like a good sized TV, and mount on the wall so I can actually have a living room. Because while I'm there, we don't have to go into it. All right, more stuff. When I'm in Sierra Vista, no. When I'm in Huachuca City, there's a little thrift store. If you're coming into Huachuca City from Tucson, right when you get in Huachuca City, as soon as you get into it, there's a little tiny thrift store here on the right. It's got a metal ramp going up to it. I go in there every time just for the hell of it. I don't want to buy anything. But you guys know I can't turn down a good deal. And I picked up these trousers, man. These multicams. And these are nice ones. They've got, like, I don't think, I have a pair that are like straight up used, by our military. These have the same kind of badging in them, but they feel different to me. They are double kneed. They have the seat on. They got a gusset crotch, which is coming in handy right now. And these are $1. $1. And they were in this bag. They weren't even in the store yet. They were out back, and I went through and had a few of these things. It was all too small for me. But these were large regulars. I can wear the mediums. Just this again, just so you know, it's like the extra large t-shirts. I fit in the medium regular trousers, camis. But I prefer the large regular because I like more room in the waist. I like it to be big and cinch it up with the belt, Medium sometimes can be a little tight. This way I'm not taking the gamble. Anyhow, $1. How can I not buy them for $1? I don't want to hear this. You're spending money on frivolous shit. I love these things. I wear them all the time. $1. Did you hear me? $1. One more time. $1. $1. 99 pennies, 4 quarters, 10 dimes. You don't walk away from that. All right. This morning, I went to the swap meet here looking for Red Heat. Didn't find it. Of course, bought a bunch of other DVDs. It's like I have a hell of a friggin' DVD collection. I have an AR, but it came with an optic. A buddy of mine built it, and but it's a cheap optic. It's like a paint airsoft thing, so the battery always goes dead in it. And I saw this on the table. This is not an optic. I wasn't sure what it was because I'm not. Look, when I was in the Corps, we didn't have optics. Iron sights. What do we shoot at? What, like 200 meters, 350 meters, 500 meters, something like that. 150, 300, 150, 250, 500. I forget, but it's something like that. But 500 meters, iron sights, fucking bullseyes, man. All right? Bullseyes. Iron sights. Now, everybody's got an optic on the rifle. Freaking cheating, man. I saw this on the table. I picked it up, not knowing, but I knew the company. This is an EOTech. Turns out it's a magnifier. Goes on the weapon. You can flip. Ow! I just pinched the shit out of myself. Holy crap. It's supposed to be mounted to the weapon. That's how well made this thing is. Holy Toledo. All right, that hurt. If you weren't here, I just would have went, ooh. But, when you have an audience, you get a little more dramatic. It's like a child. Like a child. So, it flips up out of the way. You could snap it back into action. This goes behind your optic to magnify it. I think it's the G33. It's been around for a little while. Look at this. I'm actually bleeding. There's blood on it. It's not the blood of my enemies. It's the blood of me. You know what? You guys got to do the math on all my videos. Probably 20% of the videos I make, I end up injuring myself or bleeding all over the place. That's ridiculous. That's good stuff, though. I looked this up on Amazon. $599. You know what I got it for? Take the guess. You're never going to guess. It wasn't $1, but it was damn near close. $15, man. $15. Now, I'm going to hold on to this. I just reached out to an operator friend of mine about it. He has a friend that's he reps another company's optics. And he's like, dude, let me know. I'll get you a quote right now. I said, I don't really have the money right now. But if the VA stuff comes through, and I was just texting with him. I got to text him tomorrow. He's going to tell me what he knows. But that weapon does need an optic on it for the way I have it set up. Anyhow, I'll hold on to this for now. But this is easy moneymaker for me if I want to sell it. Somebody would get a deal because I could sell this for $300 or $400. It's in great shape. It totally works. Nothing wrong with it. It's not beat up. I can clean it up a little bit and give somebody a good deal and make money if that's what I wanted to do. It's a funny thing, these optics. For those of you that don't know, you have your weapon and you have, well, this is not an optic, this is a magnifier. That's what I didn't know. I picked it up. I didn't even know what it was. I looked through it and went, well, it's magnifying everything here. Okay, I couldn't see where you put batteries in. There's nowhere to put batteries in. It has adjustability for windage and elevation. I couldn't really figure it out. I had to look it up. Now I know. And I did awesome on that. But basically, when you have your weapon, you have your optic, which they're using these holographic optics now, which obviously they're great. I had no idea how good those things were. I haven't actually used one other than one on my rifle, but I haven't even sighted that thing in. I've only put one magazine through that rifle. It's ridiculous. I just want to set it up right so I have it just in case. And I don't even care about shooting it. You know why? Because I've fired hundreds of thousands of rounds in my lifetime with so many different weapons platforms. It's ridiculous. And I'm not going to get into the firearms I have. But it's pretty, you know, there's a lot of different stuff. So I'm all shot out, man. The muscle memory is there. I could pick up any weapon and go with it and hit what I'm shooting at. So I'm pretty confident about it. But this thing here, so you have your rifle, you have your optic, and what you can do is you can put this on behind the optic, and it magnifies through the optic. That's all. So you basically take your standard battle rifle with an optic on it, you put this on it, and maybe you can almost be a little bit more like a sniper with it. That's all. But it's not inexpensive. Again, look that up on Amazon. $599 right now. There are new ones out. This is kind of an older one, but these are still for sale, and that's what they go for. And for $15, I didn't know any of that. I just picked it up. I could feel the quality. I could work the quality to the point where it kills me, you know, injures me. I could see that it was fine. There's no scratches on the lenses. How much you want for this? $15. 1.5. Okay, here. I couldn't get the money out fast. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll take a chance on it. I said to the guy. That's a good deal. And then, now, if you've been here long enough, you know I can't walk away from this. I have no idea how many of these I have. I think you guys are going to start benefiting from it because I'm going to have to start putting like little kits together. If YouTube starts paying well enough and it's consistent. By the way, we're about to hit 12,000 subscribers any day now. Tell your friends, let's get it there. I think we're like 20 away, something like that. You kind of let me down. I was hoping to get that by my birthday or by the new year. I don't know what the hell. That's not true. No expectations, no disappointments. Anyhow, I'm thinking I might have to put some kits together for people. Or, yeah, I could sell these things. I don't know. But I can't pass them up when I find them. It's another Alice pack. This one is on the frame. It's missing the kidney belt, but I have extras. And I think I might have an extra Molly 2 one that has the Molly webbing on the side. It has the better padded straps. It is the camo version, which is kind of cool. And I had new still a sternum strap, so I put the sternum strap on. It didn't come with a sternum strap. And it did not come with the quick release Fastex buckle set. But I have a couple of these brand new. One's still in the package, so I had that, so I just rigged that. So now that's easy to work. Pretty nice. Somebody had sewn these straps back together for some reason on here, both of them, but that's fine. Again, and I can take this, because this is the medium size, I can take this off the frame and run it just as a ruck. With the stuff I put on it, it makes it a lot better already. So, it came with something else. It had this on the bottom, which I took off because it wasn't mounted correct. I put the shoulder strap on this. And what this is this is the sleep system carrier. So you just open this up here. This is a heavy duty bag because it's got these fat nylon web straps that go through keepers all across the back of it, across under the bottom. And you open it up and it's got this big area to put stuff in, and then you can just cinch it tight. All right. Close this over and you're golden. It had these little buckles sewn to the side, and I had an extra shoulder strap, so I put that on there. And now this is like a haversack, right? So I have a giant helmet bag which I think I showed you guys before, that I sewed a little catches on D-ring so I could put a shoulder strap. That's what I take with me to the swap meet. As a matter of fact, I was able to fit this entire thing in that bag. That's why I carry it with me. I put big stuff in it. But this here, when I'm done with this, I'm going to walk to the market. There's a Mexican market around the corner. It's like a mile away. And I'm going to get my fixings for my stew, and I'll be able to carry in this, and that's going to be super comfortable. Get some exercise, and I'm really excited about that. This was on the bottom of this, and all of this. I asked the guy how much. He said $20. I couldn't get the money out fast enough. You can't say no to that. It's just too good of a deal. I have no idea how many of these I have, but there's a lot of them. There's some at the shop. There's 2 frames and a pack in Arizona. There's a pack in the van. There's a couple hanging by the back door. It's just too good of a deal, man. At any rate, I have a problem. See, now if I would have been married and had kids, I wouldn't be like this, because I'd have to give them all my money, and I would be completely bald and fat and stressed out, probably dead by now, I think, maybe. I hope you guys like this video. We're going to stop it now. I watched the bike riders last night on my computer, and it really brought back a lot of memories from when I was a kid, being around actual bikers, and then when I was riding and all that. And I think I'm going to do a video on it, and I think I'm going to find some old pictures of me, and you guys will get a kick out of that. And something else happened today too, I think, that spurred on the idea for a film, or excuse me, a video. So I'll have some videos coming out just with some thoughts of me blabbering some more. Maybe I'll make you chuckle a little. You know what I'm going to say next. Be kind to one another. Thanks for being here. Come back often. Tell your friends. And, I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.